We got, now we're coming to 5 to go at Bristol. Larson still leading.
5 to go. Can he finish this deal, seal it up? And for the second race in a row at Bristol, lead more than 400 laps and go to victory lane.
Larson doing really good leading at Bristol, leading all the laps at Bristol. That's a track that I went to for Denny Hamlin's third Bristol win. Wish I can go to Bristol, 2026 Bristol night race.
3 to go.
Now he's coming to 3 to go.
Kyle Larson and his dominance at this racetrack, and you talk about
Larson's been really good at Bristol.
You talk about all the different things of whatever you want to talk about, but he has just made a living out of going fast here at Bristol Motor Speedway in another dominant day as we see a battle for third place here between teammates.
2 to go.
Gibbs and Briscoe with 2 to go.
You know, for Larson,
But where's that white flag?
Truck race now. I mean, oh, so close.
He's got 1 to go.
Finished second, had a chance to win it. Late caution foiled his chance, or he would be grabbing the broom that Kyle Busch has used here twice, sweeping the weekend.
And that's what he's after.
Kyle Larson wins Bristol, y'all.
Oh, so close.
The goal today.
That was for son John Edwards. What? That's the man who died?
And wins Bristol.
3-time Bristol winner Kyle Larson.
Denny Hamlin 2.3 seconds back. Ty Gibbs a great finish. Edges Chase Briscoe. Ryan Blaney up into the top 5 at the finish. Byron holds the point lead over Hamlin and Bell. It's the 31st career win for Kyle Larson, 5th among active drivers, and his 3rd
Nice.
at Bristol. He's
Burn
won
that thing
half
down,
of
y'all.
6 races here, including the last 2.
Yeah, this one's definitely for John.
315th career win for Hendrick Motorsports, and 3rd of the season.
Doesn't get any more dominant than that. Got to give it up to the Gibbs cars. Remember, that Bowman car was right there in the mix too. Bowman, but those Gibbs cars, they all have really good equipment this weekend. It's pressure on Hendrick.
Kyle Larson saluting the crowd with a Polish victory lap here. Parks it against the wall in front of his crew.
Nice.
That's at least
I was when he was up on the rev limiter right there. I'm like, man, we need to find another gear. Apparently, he found it.
Well, they didn't wear out this time. Yesterday, what a difference a day makes. Unbelievable.
On a day in which we expected to maybe have to use all 10 sets of tires and be looking for more, Mother Nature greets us with sunshine, and it becomes a whole different race with only 3 caution flags, including the 2 stage breaks.
Well, that was an absolute dominant performance by Kyle Larson.
Kyle Larson, y'all.
In the past, and this is just one of his best racetracks. You mentioned him trying to win all 3 races this weekend. He got to 2 out of 3, finished second in the truck race, like you said, but you see a lot of emotion for these guys with the passing of John Edwards this week. So,
you know, when Jim Campbell's Chevrolet and Rick Hendrick decided to revive the Cup career of Kyle Larson, it was John Edwards who was put in place, not just to do publicity, but to help Larson and guide him and help rebuild his image. And now he is a champion and truly a big star of this sport. And a lot of that credit must go to John Edwards.
Running to get the checkered flag, Larson.
In the sport right now, I think when you look at Kyle Larson and what he's been able to do here on Sundays and Saturdays and Fridays and during the week at his high limits sprint car series and everything that he races, dirt late model cars,
Indy 500
coming up. He's just so known by all the race fans all over the world.
And Jamie Little is with him.
Kyle Larson gets the helmet off, and Kyle, what a dominant performance. You won 2 of the 3 races this weekend, but I just heard you say on the radio, we did this one for John. What did John mean to you, Kyle?
Yeah, no, this one's definitely for John. He's just a great guy here. So we're going to miss him, but successful weekend here. Wish he was going to be here with us to celebrate, but I know he's celebrating with us in spirit. So, yeah, just a flawless race once again here. Bristol
Larson,
for the
man.
team. Really, really good car. That was a lot of fun. You know, however many laps of green we ran there was a lot of fun. And
There's Jeff Gordon, man.
And then Denny came on really strong there before the pit cycle. And then, yeah, just kind of kept the pressure on from there. So I knew I had to make some good moves in traffic. Felt like I did a pretty good job there in traffic. Split the middle sometimes when I needed to. So, yeah, just a lot of fun. A little bit out of breath. It's just so high pace here, and heart rate's up. So, really cool. Thanks to HendrickCars.com, Chevy, Prime, Valvoline, this whole team. You know, the pit crew, this is their first win with the 5 teams. So, it's going to be fun celebrating with them. And, yeah, just good to be back at Victory Lane.
Kyle Larson, man.
Chief told me, we're going to have to play in the moment. We don't know what to expect today. Kyle, this was not the race we all expected. What from your perspective, I mean, at what point did you realize this is not going to be a tire conservation race?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, early on, yeah, we were all kind of just riding in line like we did in the spring last year. And I was just trying to keep an eye on the track. And I felt like, you know, it was starting to get a little bit darker on exit. So I was like, all right, that means some rubber's laying down. And then people kind of got the middle working, and then we get back down. So I was like, screw it, I'm just going to go to the lead here and pick the pace up, and maybe the pace will help lay the rubber down even more. And it did, and it turned into a normal Bristol track there for us. So really played in our favor. Obviously having the track position
Hey, Julia.
a lot. You know, if Denny's
you
in
can
front of
put
me,
that
it could
on
be
the
a totally
counter.
different story and be really hard to pass him. But glad to stop his three-peat. We hate to see him win, so as I'm sure you guys do too. But,
Larson, man.
It's just good to be back here at Victory Lane.
Good to see Kyle Larson get the win, and he does it for John Edwards.
Thanks, Jamie. Is this the budding Petty-Pearson rivalry of this century?
Kyle Larson, man.
We're 1-2 for 200
Too fast at Bristol.
500 laps today. They have finished 1-2 7 times, with Hamlin winning 6 and Larson winning today. Regan.
Kyle Larson, y'all.
Currently leading there on the streets of Long Beach. For more post-race coverage, let's get out of Chris Myers and Jamie McMurray.
Thank you very much, Mike. We are in Victory Lane, and they're prepared to welcome the winner. And for the 3rd straight race, we've had a driver lead 240 or more laps, a dominating performance as Kyle Larson came in as the favorite with Denny Hamlin right behind him and held up, had some interesting words afterwards. And Mike Joy talked about the level of greatness. Kevin Harvick echoed Jamie. He is thought of as there's his crew. We talked about his pit crew change helping out their first win, adjusting. But he's thought of top to bottom as the most talented, most skilled driver currently in NASCAR.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I love Larson kind of poking the bear there, making fun of Denny, saying,
Kyle
I'd
Larson.
like to see Denny win. We had Denny on our pre-race show. He talked about winning and being able to kind of harass the fans. So it's kind of fun to watch that play out. The fans obviously cheered for Larson as he said that. But, hey, Chris, it was a unbelievable weekend in general for Kyle Larson, as Clint mentioned kind of towards the end of the broadcast, that, you know, almost was able to win all 3 races.
Yep, terrific performance. Ty Gibbs for him. Last top 5 was up in Kansas last fall. He's standing by with our Regan Smith. Regan?
That's right, Chris. Your 4th top 10 this season. What a rebound after.
Obviously, it lasts since.
Kyle Larson.
I don't know what the
3-time Bristol winner.
If we have that or don't have that.
By the way, once he pulled up there with his crew,
Kyle Larson.
the confetti or fireworks behind him celebrated. Jeff Gordon is here as well. Hugs all around.
Yeah, and Chris, this is just the best moment for the driver, because when you do that interview on the front stretch, a lot of times you don't get to be with your team and the crew and everybody. And when you finally get over here to Victory Lane, you can get out. You see the first thing Kyle did was get out, go hug everybody, give them a high five. I mean, what an emotional win for all these guys. Certainly, an incredible day to pay tribute to John Edwards. And I saw Kyle get on the phone immediately. I'm assuming it was Mr. Hendrick, on the phone gave that back to Jeff, got out and did the celebration. So what a victory lane we're sitting here getting to be a part of.
Yeah, and you know, look, Hendrick Motorsports, Rick Hendrick, the great sports team with their dominance.
Here's us
team
with
has
a win
had
circle.
More grief, heartache, has dealt with sadness, and somehow powered through with great success. The support of their drivers as time has passed, and this was a rough one this week as John Edwards putting his face on the cars, a longtime contributor to NASCAR, but certainly with Hendrick Motorsports, right-hand man of Jeff Gordon, and with Kyle Larson as well. And when there's emotion involved, this team knows how these
Yeah, I
drivers
know,
to
John
channel
Edwards.
in the right direction.
One of a kind.
And it was an outstanding performance from Kyle Larson and the entire Hendrick team. Let's check in right now, and we hope to talk with Jeff Gordon more with Kyle Larson. Let's check in right now with Regan. Well, Chris, right?
Here he is, Jeff Gordon.
Fox Long Beach Grand Prix is continuing. Kyle Kirkwood, the leader, if you want some live racing, but a lot more to cover here, and we will as we are live on FS1. Jeff, first of all, congratulations, and I mentioned the emotion through the years that Hendrick Motorsports has dealt with,
Food
but having
City,
to
man.
channel the loss and the grief during a week of somebody important to the team, and our thoughts are with John Edwards' friends and family. But to get the most out of your driver and win a race, you can almost feel it that something good was going to happen here for you.
It's been a rough week, I'll be honest. I lost somebody who's like a brother to me, and so many other people that
John Edwards, I know.
So the outpour, I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been sending messages, making phone calls, the tribute here in the car. And I mean, Kyle obviously was very close to John, and John did a lot for him. So you could tell he was driving with a passion out there. And I was looking at that right front fender over there. That made me a little bit nervous early in the race. But what a just dominant performance. And this one is for John. And he would not want the limelight or any of this attention, but I know how proud he'd be of this performance and this team.
What are the nerves like for you as it's closing down to the end? I mean, you've been in that position. He hit the wall with just a few laps to go. You're watching that all happen. We saw Bowman have an engine issue early. Like, what's that like from your perspective?
You just no cautions, please. But he puts it on the edge and runs so hard. He was working traffic, and Denny, just didn't know what he had left. And the car looked like it was edgy that last run. I saw him working the bottom.
Jeff Gordon, man.
Step out a couple times. So I knew that he
Jeff,
was working hard.
Kyle Larson, man.
Just was just hoping that that he was gonna be able to just sort of keep that gap, so he didn't have to push too hard and make any kind of mistakes that were forced. And when he got in the he was working hard on Keselowski to get that pass, and he started working a little bit too hard, and he realized I didn't need to. So I'd like to see him back off there.
And he's such a talented driver who goes all out, and maybe that's you don't rein in a wild horse who's got the ability to go off and race, but certainly the whole tire management was such a concern coming in, and that's something he doesn't seem to ever worry about with his success. How did you feel about how he handled that? And that really
Kyle
wasn't
Larson, man.